Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Rupam bhikkhave aniccaṃ, yada niccaṃ taṃ dukkhaṃ, yang dukkhaṃ tadanatta, yada natta taṃ netaṃ mama, neso hamasmi, neso me attati sammapaññāya dattabbhaṃ. Because this form is impermanent. What is impermanent is unsatisfactory. What is unsatisfactory is without the self, not self. What is not self should be understood with proper wisdom as this is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. Friends, this is how the Buddha taught us the unparalleled meditation technique that he introduced. Today, for this Dhamma talk, our topic is the unparalleled meditation technique of the Buddha. So, what is this unparalleled meditation technique? That is Vipassana. So, Vipassana is the topic. What is Vipassana? It is quite unparalleled because even before the Buddha, people practiced samatha, concentration meditation, but no attainment of enlightenment. Mere practicing samatha, serenity, concentration meditation, nobody can cut off defilements and attain different stages of holy life, such as stream entry, once returner, non-returner, and the arahantship. These are impossible simply by practicing samatha. Therefore, the Buddha understood the importance of practicing vipassana. Vipassana, passati means see. Vipassati means see true. See true. Vipassati means insight. You to see true, you to cut through. That is penetration. That is what is vipassana. When we practice vipassana, there are different definitions. According to Buddhist literature, there are two different definitions. The first one is vividena passati vipassana. Vivida means vividly, categorically, not as block, but vividly, categorically. We analyze things and see true. We have the opportunity to see true with this analysis. Vividena pashyati, vividly, see vividly, categorically. The second one is visesena pashyati. Visesa means specifically, specially, we see specially. That is the meaning. That is what is called vipassana. When we see specifically, specially, vividly, categorically, what can we see? In all things, animate or inanimate, in all things we can see only three things. If we see reality, there are only three things to be seen. These three are called three marks or three characteristics of existence. What are these three? Things are changing, ever changing. We can see things, animate or inanimate, things are ever changing. That is what is called impermanent. Impermanent. Things are impermanent. That is the Buddha's teaching. This is quite unparalleled teaching. Impermanent. Things are impermanent. Anicca in Pali. Anicca. Then the Buddha said, whatever is in the nature of changing, impermanence, it is unsatisfactory. Unsatisfactory. Dukkha in Pali, it is dukkha. And then without self. In that, as things are changing, no permanent thing, no substance there. Since there is no substance, it is what we find is activity. Activity. That is called no soul, no self there, no things to be grasped as mine, me, or myself. So, in short, the three things that we can see are the impermanent, unsatisfactory, and non-self. These are called three characteristics of existence. In order to understand these three, realize these three, we have to develop three different factors, three different factors, of course. What are the three? We have to develop our mindfulness. That is the first thing. Mindfulness is the key in the teaching of the Buddha. It's the key word. Mindfulness. Without mindfulness, no Buddhism. We cannot practice meditation. Mindfulness is to be developed. Buddha taught us a special technique, very well designed technique to practice mindfulness. Of them, mindfulness of breathing is one aspect. Mindfulness of breathing. Then mindfulness is the first factor to be developed. Then sheer mindfulness is not enough. We have to have clear comprehension. Both these are very important. Mindfulness and clear comprehension. We have to understand clearly what we are doing. In order to understand that, clearly understand that, we have to have mindfulness. So mindfulness and clear comprehension go together. Whenever we have mindfulness and clear comprehension, there is wisdom. We have to develop wisdom. So these three should go together. That is Vipassana. When we practice these three, when we cultivate these three, we have well developed Vipassana. Whenever we have these three, we can understand three principles of the teaching of the Buddha. There are three principles realized by the Buddha under the Bodhi tree. On that day, that special day, when he attained full enlightenment as the self-awakened one, he realized these three principles. What are the three principles? He realized three characteristics of existence. He realized the four noble truths, and he realized the dependent origination. These three are the most important Dhamma, most important principles of the teaching of the Buddha. So we can realize this with the development of mindfulness, clear comprehension, and wisdom. In order to develop all these things, we have to have samatha also. Samatha. Without samatha, no Vipassana. Without samatha, we cannot practice Vipassana. Serenity and insight together, in tandem. serenity and insight. Samatha is necessary. Buddha said, monks, practice samatha. Samadhing bhikkhave bhaveta. That is how the Buddha said. Samadhing bhikkhave bhaveta. Monks, develop samadhi. Samahito bhikkhu yatha bhutam pajanati. The bhikkhu, the practitioner who developed mind can see things as they really are. Further, Buddha questioned, what can you see as they really are? Buddha said, you can then see the origination of this form, the cessation of this form. You can see the origination of this feeling and cessation of this feeling. You can see the origination of perception and the cessation of perception. You can see the origination of volitional formations and see the cessation of the volitional formations. You can see the origination of consciousness and the cessation of consciousness. It is because of serenity. Practice serenity, then you switch to insight. That is the whole teaching. From beginning to the end, the Buddha taught this technique, Samatha Vipassana tandem. That is what is called serenity and insight in tandem. Whenever we practice serenity, samadhi, serenity, we have to switch to insight. Otherwise, we don't get the use of it. There's a difference between samatha and vipassana. What is the difference? How to understand this difference? Samatha, when we practice samatha, we use only one object. We have to concentrate our mind on one object. When practice insight, vipassana, we can observe whatever object, whatever things come to our mind through these six senses. So many different objects. We can observe many different objects. That is the difference. In order to understand this difference, I will give you a short, very simple anecdote. A simple story. Suppose there was a village where the people were very simple people, farmers. In their village, at a certain corner, there is a huge mountain. They, from generation to generation, though they lived there, none of them have gone to the other side of this mountain. It's a huge mountain. Nobody has even seen the end of the mountain. And one day, while they were working in their field, one person found a plate and then he cleaned it. After that, he saw some inscriptions on it. It was a golden plate on which there was this inscription. When they read this, they understood what was there was the explanation of what is there, what are there, the other side of the mountain. They got together, people got together, and they read this and understood what are there in the other side of the mountain. It was according to that inscription, that was a prosperous city, the other side of the mountain. Then they all wanted to go to the other side. They wanted to go to the other side, but they cannot go. They don't know the ends of the mountain, or they cannot climb this mountain. Thereafter, they decided to dig a tunnel. In order to dig the tunnel, they got together and they discussed first. Among them, some of them said that let's clean all this area before we start to dig the tunnel. Some others said, no, we don't want to clean all this area. Our purpose is to dig the tunnel. Therefore, let's go, maybe we can cut a short like footpath and let's go there, start to dig the tunnel. That is our purpose. We don't want to clean all this area. So, in this manner, while they were discussing, talking, there was a clash. So they were disagreed each other. Thereafter, they became two groups. Now, two groups. Some people say they want to clean all this area before digging the tunnel, and the others say, no, we don't want to clean all this area, but we go directly to the mountain and start to dig the tunnel. So eventually they did that. So some people started to clean this area, whole area, cleaning whole area. The others, they did not clean all this area, but they directly went to the mountain and started to dig the tunnel. They started and they cut through. They quickly cut through and went to the other side. When they came to the other side, they saw the light of the end of the tunnel. But those who started to clean, they are still cleaning. That is the difference between serenity and insight. That is how I see. That is how I see the difference between serenity and insight. Those who practice simply serenity, still cleaning. No, not going through. But those who practice serenity and vipassana, serenity and insight together, they do both. They cut the path, go to the mountain, they start their tunnel, they do their things. That's the difference. So in order to practice meditation, Buddha said, practice serenity first. It is true. You have to practice serenity. That is the technique given by the Buddha in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Practice serenity and then switch to insight. In order to practice Buddha in the Dhammapada, we find a very beautiful stanza. The Buddha said, Kumbhupamang kaya mimang viditva nagarupamang chitta midang tapetva yodeta marang panyayudena jitancha rakhe anivesanosya. This is a wonderful advice to practice. How to practice meditation? First, Buddha said, Kumbhupamang kaya mimang viditva. Understand this body as a pot, fragile pot. It's fragile. This body is fragile. So understand this body as a fragile pot. Just keep it. If you do this way, that way, the pot, sometime it might break soon. Therefore, keep this still. Still this body. That is the meaning. Keep the body still. Understand that it is something fragile. Kumbhupamang kaya mimang viditva. Then nagarupamang chittamidang tapetva. Take this mind, keep this mind as a fortified city, as a very well protected city. The mind keep as a very well protected city. Nobody can disturb. It is well protected. Fortified city. nagarupamang chittamidang tapetva. Then yodeta marang panyaudena. Use the weapon. What is the weapon? Weapon of panya, wisdom. Use your wisdom and struck the mara, hit the mara. What is mara? Defilements, impurities. Cut off these impurities. Jitang charakhe, and protect what you have gained, what you have won. What you have gained, protect what you have gained, means whatever the experiences. Such as, suppose you have jhana, you have different experiences, protect them, keep them. What you have gained, keep them also. But anivesanosya, do not cling to such things. So if you have gained a jhana or something, some sort of experience in your meditation, do not cling to your experience, but practice, continue your meditation. That is the instructions given by the Buddha. So friends, when we practice meditation, we have to practice both. That is what I wanted to emphasize here. We have to practice both serenity and insight. For this purpose, the Buddha taught that special discourse called Satipatthana Sutta, establishments of mindfulness, where the Buddha taught us to establish mindfulness on 4 different places. He said, establish mindfulness on your body. See body as body. Then establish mindfulness on your feelings. Establish mindfulness on your mind. Establish mindfulness on your mental objects. Those are called 4 establishments of mindfulness. That is the technique given by the Buddha, where the Buddha taught us this tandem meditation, serenity and insight meditation. When we practice, it is an objective observation. Objective observation. We have to observe things objectively. That is the teaching. When we observe things objectively, if you simply observe things outside, you cannot practice. You cannot understand this. That is what the scientists do. They observe objectively the things outside there, out there, far distant worlds even, distant planets. But they have not seen here what is happening here within. The Buddha's point is very clear. Buddha very clearly said, observe yourself. Observe yourself first. You have to understand yourself first. That is why the Buddha said, the world, the origination of the world, the cessation of the world, and the path leading to the cessation of world is here within. Therefore, observe within. When we observe here, what we can see? We can see these 5 aggregates. This so-called man or woman means 5 aggregates. What are the 5 aggregates? Form, feeling, perception, volitional formations, and consciousness. These 5 are interdependently existing. All the time they are interdependently exist. As long as we are alive, they are together. When we die, what happens? We leave behind one and then move to another place. And then conception takes place, in another place. That is what is happening. So the Buddha said, observe these 5 aggregates. In order to observe this, we have to have samatha, serenity. Without serenity, without samatha, we cannot focus. We cannot understand what you call form, what you call feeling, perception, volitional formation and consciousness. That is why we need samatha, serenity, to focus on it. To focus on it. Then we can understand the real nature of these 5. What is the real nature? That is what the Buddha said in many a discourse. We find this. In his early discourses, he very clearly said the nature of these 5 aggregates. That is what even I recited at the beginning of the talk. The Buddha said this form is impermanent. This form is impermanent. Whatever is impermanent, it is unsatisfactory. Whatever is unsatisfactory, it is without the self. No self. This is to be seen with the proper wisdom. That is the thing. Proper wisdom. What is proper wisdom? Wisdom means insight. Well developed wisdom, we have to see this nature, real nature of these 5 aggregates, of this form, then feeling, then perception, volitional formation and consciousness. When we observe these 5 aggregates, we can understand that these are not mine. These are not belonging to me. They are not mine. They are not me. Not myself. That is how to see this. If you see this, that is what is called Vipassana. Then you see further. This is impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. Then not mine, not me, not myself. 6 different things. These are the things to be understood by practicing Vipassana. That is the meaning of Vipassana. When we observe these 5 aggregates in this manner, not only the 5 aggregates now, whatever 5 aggregates in the past, whenever we think of past things, even in our previous lives, if we have the ability to understand our previous lives, we observe, we try to understand even previous lives. Whatever the past aggregates, 5 aggregates, those were the same, not only now. Whatever the aggregates, 5 aggregates in the past, they all were not mine, not me, not myself. Impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. And then, when we think of future the same. Future aggregates are the same. We will be born. Since we accept the Buddha's enlightenment, we accept re-becoming. We will be born again. That is what is called re-becoming. Since we re-become, we understand as we are doing good deeds, definitely we will be born in good places. So, however, we accept a re-becoming according to the teaching of the Buddha. So, when we think of our future life, what we have to think? Again, aggregates, 5 aggregates. Those 5 aggregates in the future also not mine, not me, not myself. Impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. So, in this manner, referring to the time-wise, we have 3 different times: past, future, present. all the three times, all five aggregates are not mine, not me, not myself. Impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. That is our insight. Referring to time. So time-wise, everything is changing. Everything is unsatisfactory. Everything is without the self. That is insight. Not only time-wise, things exist in space, time and space. Things exist within time and space. So time-wise, everything is under these 6 factors. When we think of space-wise, like we talk about things internally, internal things. Things exist internally. Things exist externally. Then things exist gross form. Things exist subtle forms. Things exist superior form. Things exist inferior form. Inferior things. Things exist far, far. Things exist near. These are called space-wise existence of things. Whatever things in the world, all these are existing within this space. So all these are under the same 6 factors. What are the factors? Not mine. We have to see this. We have to see this through our meditation, through our practice. That is what is called Vipassana. Vipassana. Things are not mine. Whatever things within space, all things are not mine. Not me. Not time. Not myself. Things are impermanent, unsatisfactory, and soulless. If we can see this, that is what is called Vipassana, referring to 5 aggregates. Then what else to be seen here within? We have 6 senses. 6 senses. These are also to be seen as they are. The Buddha said, this I is not mine, not me, not myself. Impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. I is to be seen like that with the proper wisdom. That is how you see it as it is. When we see something, when we have I, there are forms. So form, whatever form, all forms are not mine, not me, not myself. All forms are impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. Then we have to understand I. When we have I here, the forms there, I cannot see the form. There should be consciousness. A consciousness. That is what is called I consciousness. I consciousness arises within the I. Then we have to understand I itself is not mine. I is not mine, not me, not myself. This form is not mine, not me, not myself. Like that, I consciousness is not mine, not me, not myself. I consciousness is impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. Then these 3 come together. Meeting of the 3 is called contact. Contact, eye contact itself is not mine, not me, not myself. Contact itself is impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. Then we have feelings. I feeling. Feeling is not mine, not me, not myself. impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. Like that, we see through our eyes, we can see the perception and craving as well. Like that, there are 6 different factors to be seen through the eyes. Those are the concomitant factors to see things, for the perception to take place. We have to understand 6 different things. So through eyes, we see there are 6 different factors. Then through the ear, we see 6 different factors in the same way. Then through nose, we see 6 different factors. Through tongue, we can see 6 different factors. Through this body, we can see 6 different factors. Then through mind, we can see 6 different factors. All these are 6 senses. 6 senses within. The Buddha said, 6 internal bases should be understood. 6 external bases should be understood. 6 classes of consciousness should be understood. 6 classes of contact should be understood. 6 classes of feeling should be understood. 6 classes of craving should be understood. This is what is called 6 sets of 6. This is a wonderful discourse given by the Buddha. That's pure Vipassana. These are the things to be understood. These are the things to be practiced and experienced. Then we can understand here there is nothing permanent. There is nothing to be grasped as mine, me, or myself. We can understand all things are impermanent, unsatisfactory, without a self. Then what is to be grasped? What should we cling to? To what should we attach to? There's nothing to attach, nothing to cling, nothing to grasp as mine. We simply use things in society. Whatever things in society, whatever things, we simply use things, but we do not cling to things in this society. We do not cling to anything within or without, inside or outside. We simply live without attachment, without clinging. That is the purpose of this life. That is the purpose of this Buddhistic way of life. So friends, let's understand the significance of this wonderful teaching and practice this Dhamma, this meditation, both serenity and insight, so that we can live happily, peacefully, and one day we can close our eyes peacefully. That is the way we can realize then, even before this life, before our last breath, we can realize real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. May we all attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.